So I've had a lot of questions over the last few weeks since the speakers and the titles for Ignite were announced, but whether or not I'm serious about my topic. And I'm completely serious. The golden rule is trash, but people get really defensive about their golden rule. I mean, it kind of makes sense though, right? I mean, we've been trained on this our entire lives. Treat others the way you want to be treated. It's literally touted as the gold standard by which we are meant to evaluate our behavior towards other people. But there's one big problem. It's not always about you. Shocking, I know, but also true. See, the golden rule encourages an overly egocentric worldview, something I believe our culture has a systematic problem with. What's more, not everyone wants to be treated the way you want to be treated. For example, I'm a hugger. Big time. If we have talked for more than about 10 minutes, the chances are pretty good I'm going to want to hug you when we part ways. It's just who I am. But my friends Kat and Megan do not enjoy being hugged. And I'm pretty sure the only person Brian makes any sort of voluntary physical contact with is his wife. These are my fist bump friends. And if you've ever seen their face when I forget and actually give them a hug, or felt their reaction when I do, it's really clear that they do not like to be treated the way that I do. And that look on their face is honestly really uncomfortable. See, my 6-year-old, he's as big a hugger as I am. His little brother was not so keen on this idea when he was younger, as you can so clearly see in this picture. And in all seriousness, my kids were the motivation for this talk. You see, the day that Fitz first learned the golden rule is a day that will forever be etched into my memory because I'm still trying to clean up that damage. Fitz is one of the smartest and most literal people I know, and to him, the golden rule does not just mean that you should treat other people the way you want to be treated, but that other people must necessarily be treating you the way they want to be treated. Little brother Atticus just turned 3 and has not exactly mastered the art of social interaction yet, because he's a toddler. He still does things like interrupts his brother and takes his brother toys from him while he's still playing with them, and Fitz genuinely believes that he's just using the golden rule when he returns this behavior, not just swiftly, but with the sort of righteous indignation that can damn near knock you off your feet. And in his brother's case, probably has more than once. But if little brother is using the golden rule, Fitz's logic is sound, right? That must be what he wants. Or at least it makes a really good excuse to mom when you're in trouble, and I don't know if you've ever tried arguing with a wicked smart 5-year-old, but I invite you to try it. Please? Anyone? No? Okay, I'm on my own, it's fine. But this literal inverted application of the golden rule that Fitz uses, while logically sound, does not give us room for grace or understanding. And people make mistakes. People are, by nature, selfish and unkind at times, even when we are trying our best not to be. So the big picture problem here is that the golden rule encourages us to use ourselves as the only lens through which we view the world and the other people in it. Carl Rogers, the father of humanistic psychology, attested that for healthy individuals and healthy relationships to develop, we have to value one another as unique human beings. We must give each other genuineness, acceptance, and empathy. We have to recognize that other people's experiences and thoughts, their feelings and desires are not the same as our own. For most of us, this ability develops, at least in its most basic forms, in infancy, which means that almost every single one of us is capable of approaching other people with empathy and treating them with respect. And it all starts by removing ourselves from the equation that makes another human being. And this isn't complicated. We just have to get to know one another, ask people what they like and what they want, and respect that, unless it presses up against a boundary of the way we ourselves want to be treated, because we are all deserving of the same humanistic respect and validation. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot at you. I am literally trying to rewire some of your most basic and long-standing brainwashing, as I like to call it. Some people want to call it socialization. But when all else fails, there's really just one simple rule you need to remember. Don't be an asshole. Thank you.